Shalom, shalom. Today we begin a new book, Jeremiah, Yirmiyahu. As always, we'll do 1 through 5. The words of Jeremiah, the son of Hilkiah, of the priest who were in Anathoth in the land of Benjamin, to whom the word of Yahweh came in the days of Yoshiahu, son of Ammon, sovereign of Judah, in the 13th year of his reign. And it came to be in the days of Jehoiakim, son of Yoshiahu, sovereign of Judah, until the end of the 11th year of Sidkiyahu, son of Yoshiahu, sovereign of Yehudah, until the exile of Jerusalem in the 5th new moon. Now the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, Before I formed you in the belly, I knew you, and before you came out of the womb, I did set you apart. I appointed you a prophet to the nations. And said I, Ah, Master Yahweh, see, I do not know how to speak, for I am a youth. And Yahweh said to me, Do not say, I am a youth, but go to all to whom I send you, and speak whatever I command you. Do not fear their faces, for I am with you to deliver you, declares Yahweh. Then Yahweh put forth his hand and touched my mouth, and Yahweh said to me, See, I have put my words in your mouth. See, I have this day set you over the nations and over the reigns, to root out and pull down, to destroy and to overthrow, to build and to plant. And the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, What do you see, Jeremiah? And I said, I see a branch of an almond tree. And Yahweh said to me, You have seen well, for I am watching over my word to do it. And the word of Yahweh came to me a second time, saying, What do you see? And I said, I see a boiling pot, and it is facing away from the north. And Yahweh said to me, Out of the north evil is let loose on all the inhabitants of the land. For look, I am calling all the clans of the reigns of the north, declares Yahweh, and they shall come, and each one set his throne at the entrance of the gates of Jerusalem, against all its walls all around, and against all the cities of Judah. And I shall pronounce my judgments against them concerning all their evil, because they have forsaken me, burned incense to other mighty ones, and bowed themselves to the works of their own hands. Now gird up your loins and arise, and speak to them all that I command you. Do not break down before their faces, lest I break you before them. For look, I have made you this day a walled city and an iron column, and bronze walls against all the land, against the sovereigns of Judah, against their heads, against their priests, and against the people of the land. And they shall fight against you, but not prevail against you, for I am with you, declares Yahweh, to deliver you. And the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, Go, and you shall cry in the hearing of Jerusalem, saying, Thus said Yahweh, I remember you, the loving commitment of your youth, the love of your bridehood, when you went after me in the wilderness, in a land that was not sown. Israel was set apart to Yahweh, the first fruits of his increase. All who ate of it became guilty. Evil came upon them, declares Yahweh. Hear the word of Yahweh, O house of Jacob, and all the clans of the house of Israel. Thus said Yahweh, What unrighteousness has your fathers found in me, that they have gone far from me, and went after worthlessness, and became worthless? And did not they say, Where is Yahweh, who brought us up out of the land of Mitzrayim, who led us through the wilderness, through a land of deserts and pits, through a land of drought and the shadow of death, a land that no one passed through, and where no one dwelt? Then I brought you into a garden land, to eat its fruits and its goodness. But when you entered, you defiled my land, and made my inheritance an abomination. The priests did not say, Where is Yahweh? And those who handle the Torah did not know me. And the shepherds transgressed against me, and the prophets prophesied by Baal, and walked after matters that did not profit. Therefore I still contended with you, declares Yahweh, and with your children's children I contend. For pass beyond the isles of Kittim and see, and send to Kedar and observe well, and see if there has been any like this. Has a nation changed its mighty ones, which are not mighty ones? But my people have changed my esteem for that which does not profit. Be amazed, O heavens, at this, and be frightened, be utterly dried up, declares Yahweh. For my people have done two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, to hew out for themselves cisterns, cracked cisterns, which do not hold water. Is Israel a servant? Was he born in the house? Why is he given to plunder? The young lions roared at him. They growled and made his land waste. His cities have been burned without inhabitant. Even the sons of Noph of Tahpanhes have shaven the crown of your head. There's a Torah for that. Have you not done this to yourself by forsaking Yahweh your Elohim when he led you in the way? And now, why take the way to Mitzrayim, to drink the waters of Sihor, or why take the way to Ashur, to drink the waters of the river? Your own evil instructs you, and your backslidings reprove you. Know therefore, and see that it is evil and bitter, that you have forsaken Yahweh your Elohim, and that my fear is not in you, declares the Master Yahweh of hosts. For of old I have broken your yoke and torn off your chastisements. And you said, I am not serving you. When you went on even high hill and under every green tree you laid down a whore. Yet I had planted you a choice vine, and of it a true seed. How then have you turned before me into the degenerate plant of a strange vine? Although you wash yourself with lye and use much soap, yet your crookedness is ingrained before me, declares the Master Yahweh. How do you say, I am not defiled, I have not gone after the Baals? See your way in the valley, know what you have done. A swift dromedary breaking loose in their ways, a wild donkey used to the wilderness, sniffing the wind in the desire of her being. In her time of mating, who turns her away? All those who seek her need not weary themselves. In her month they find her. Keep your foot from being bare, and your throat from thirst. But you said, it is useless, because I love strangers, and after them I go. As the thief is ashamed when he is found out, so is the house of Israel ashamed. They and their sovereigns, and their heads, and their priests, and their prophets, sang to a tree, You are my father, and to a stone, You gave birth to me. For they have turned their back to me, and not their face. But in the time of their calamity they say, Arise, and save us. But where are your mighty ones that you have made for yourselves? Let them arise. See, if they save you in the time of your calamity. Because your mighty ones have become as many as your cities, O Judah. Why do you complain to me? You all have transgressed against me, declares Yahweh. In vain I have stricken your children. They receive no instruction. Your sword has devoured your prophets like a destroying lion. O generation, see the word of Yahweh. Have I been a wilderness to Israel, or a land of darkness? Why do my people say, We have broken loose, we come to you no more? Would a maiden forget her ornaments, or a bride her headband? Yet my people have forgotten me, days without number. Why do you embellish your way to seek love? Therefore you have even taught the evil women your ways. Even on the corners of your clothing is found the blood of the lives of the poor innocents. You do not find them breaking in, but in spite of all these, you say, because I am innocent, certainly his displeasure shall turn from me. See, I shall bring judgment on you, because you say, I have not sinned. Why do you go out? Why do you go about so much to change your way? Even of Mitzrayim you are to be ashamed, as you were ashamed of Ashur. Even for this one you shall go forth, with your hands on your head, for Yahweh has rejected those you trust, and you shall not prosper by them. Elohim said, if a man puts away his wife, and she goes from him and becomes another man's, does he return to her again? Would not that land be made greatly unclean? But you have committed whoring with many lovers, and you return to me, declares Yahweh. Lift up your eyes to the bare heights and see, where you have not lain with men. Besides the ways you have sat for them like an Arabian in the wilderness, and you made the land unclean with your whorings and your evil. Therefore the showers have been withheld, and there has been no latter rain. When you have had a whore's forehead, you refuse to be ashamed. Shall you not from now on cry to me, my Father, you are the God of my youth? Does one bear a grudge forever? Does one keep it to the end? See, you have spoken and done the evils that you could. And Yahweh said to me in the days of Yoshiyahu the sovereign, have you seen what backsliding Israel has done? She has gone up on every high mountain and under every green tree, and there committed whoring. And after she had done all these, I said, return to me. But she did not return. And her treacherous sister Judah saw it. And I saw that for all the causes for which backsliding Israel had committed adultery, I had put her away and given her a certificate of divorce. Yet her treacherous sister Judah did not fear, but went and committed whoring too. We're going to have to do some flipping. Yeah, and it came to be, through her frivolous whoring, that she defiled the land and committed adultery with stones and wood. And yet for all this her treacherous sister Judah had not turned to me with all her heart, but falsely, declares Yahweh. And Yahweh said to me, backsliding Israel has shown herself more righteous than treacherous Judah. That's crazy. Go and proclaim these words toward the north, and say, return, O backsliding Israel, declares Yahweh. I shall not look on you in displeasure, for I am lovingly committed, declares Yahweh, and I do not bear a grudge forever. So he's saying, I'm pretty sure he just said, I had put her away and given her a certificate of divorce. But he's still saying, come back to me. So even then, he's like, come on back. Only acknowledge your crookedness, because you have transgressed against Yahweh your Elohim. Only acknowledge your crookedness. Okay, well, you got to know what your crookedness is. I mean, he's telling us to a degree, but you got to know what your crookedness is, because you have transgressed against Yahweh your Elohim, and have scattered your ways to strangers under every green tree, and you have not obeyed my voice, declares Yahweh. Return, O backsliding children, declares Yahweh, for I shall rule over you, and shall take you, one from a city, and two from a clan, and shall bring you to Sion, and I shall give you shepherds according to my heart, and they shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. And it shall be, when you have increased, and shall be fruitful in the land in those days, declares Yahweh, that they no longer say, the ark of the covenant of Yahweh. Neither would it come to heart, nor would they remember it, nor would they visit it, nor would it be made again. At that time Jerusalem shall be called the throne of Yahweh, and all the nations shall be gathered to it, to the name of Yahweh, to Jerusalem, and no longer walk after the stubbornness of their evil hearts. In those days of the house of Judah shall go to the house of Israel, and they shall come together out of the land of the north to the land that I have given as an inheritance to your fathers. But I said, how would I put you among the children and give you a pleasant land, a splendid inheritance of the host of my nations? And I said, call me, my father, and do not turn away from me. There's a lot of quotations there, so that's really hard to understand what's going on, but I'm assuming that's probably Jesus. But indeed, as a wife betrays her husband, so you have betrayed me, O house of Israel, declares Yahweh. A voice has heard on the bare heights, weeping supplications of the children of Israel, because they have perverted their way. They have forgotten Yahweh, their Elohim. Return, O backsliding children. I shall make your backsliding cease. See, we have come to you, for you are Yahweh, our Elohim. Truly, delusion comes from the high hills, the noisy throng on the mountains. Truly, in Yahweh our Elohim is the deliverance of Israel. For shame has devoured the labor of our fathers from our youth, their flock and their heads, their sons and their daughters. We shall lie down in your shame, while your reproach covers us. For we have sinned against Yahweh our Elohim, we and our fathers, from our youth even to this day, and have not obeyed the voice of Yahweh our Elohim. If you do return, O Israel, declares Yahweh, return to me. And if you remove your abominations from my presence, and cease straying, and shall swear, as Yahweh lives, in truth, in right ruling, and in righteousness, the nations shall bless themselves in him, and they shall boast in him. For this is what Yahweh said to the men of Judah and Jerusalem: break up your tillable ground, and do not sow among thorns. Circumcise yourselves unto Yahweh, and take away the foreskin of your hearts, you men of Judah and inhabitants of Jerusalem, lest my wrath come forth like fire and burn, with none to quench it because of the evil of your deeds. Declare in Judah, and let it be heard in Jerusalem, and say, blow a shofar in the land. Cry aloud and say, gather yourselves, and let us go into the walled cities. Lift up the banner toward Sion. Be strong, do not stand still, for I am bringing evil from the north and great destruction. A lion comes up from his bush, and the destroyer of nations is on his way. He has set out from his place to make your land a ruin. Your cities are laid waste without inhabitant. For this, gird yourselves with sackcloth, lament and wail, for the burning displeasure of Yahweh has not turned back from us. And in that day it shall be, declares Yahweh, that the heart of the sovereign shall perish, and the heart of the heads and the priests shall be astonished, and the prophets wonder. Then I said, ah, Master Yahweh, truly you have greatly deceived this people in Jerusalem, saying, peace is for you, whereas the sword reaches to the heart. At that time it shall be said to this people and to Jerusalem, a scorching wind of the bare heights blows in the wilderness toward the daughter of my people, not to fan or to cleanse. A wind too strong for this shall come from me. For this shall come from me. Now it is I who speak judgments against them. See, he comes up like clouds, and his chariots like a whirlwind. His horses shall be swifter than eagles. Woe to us, for we shall be ravaged. O Jerusalem, wash your hearts from evil and be saved. Till when would your wicked thoughts remain within you? For a voice is declaring from Dan, and is proclaiming trouble from Mount Ephraim. Announce to the nations, look, proclaim against Jerusalem that besiegers are coming from a distant land, and raise their voice against the cities of Judah. Like keepers of a field, they are against her all around, because she has rebelled against me, declares Yahweh. Your ways and your deeds have brought this upon you. This is your evil, because it is bitter, because it has reached into your heart. O my inward parts, I am in pain. O the walls of my heart pounds in me. I am not silent, for you have heard, O my being, a voice of a shofar, a shout of battle. Destruction upon destruction is cried, for all the land is ravaged. Suddenly my tents are ravaged, my curtains in a moment. How long shall I see a banner and hear a voice of a shofar? For my people are foolish, they have not known me. They are stupid children, and they have no understanding. They are wise to do evil, but not to do good. They have no knowledge. But to do good, they have no knowledge. I looked at the earth and saw it was formless and empty, and the heavens, they had no light. I looked at the mountains and saw they shook, and all the hills were swaying. I looked and saw there was no man, and all the birds of the heavens had fled. I looked and saw the garden land was a wilderness, and all the cities were broken down at the presence of Yahweh by his burning displeasure. For thus said Yahweh, all the earth shall be a ruin, but I shall not make a complete end. On account of this, let the earth mourn, and the heavens above be dark, because I have spoken, because I have purposed and shall not relent, nor do I turn back from it. All the city is fleeing from the noise of the horsemen and bowmen. They shall go into bushes and climb up on the rocks. All the city is forsaken, and no one is dwelling in it. And when you are ravaged, what would you do? Though you put on crimson, though you adorn yourself with ornaments of gold, though you enlarge your eyes with paint, you beautify yourself in vain. Your lovers despise you, they seek your life. For I have heard a voice of a woman in labor, the distress as of her who brings forth her first child, the voice of the daughter of Sion. She bewails herself. She spreads out her hands, saying, Woe to me, for my being faints because of killers. Diligently search the streets of Jerusalem, and please look, and know, and seek in her open places if you find a man. If there is anyone doing right ruling, seeking the truth, then I shall pardon her. Even when they say, As Yahweh lives, they swear falsely, for certain. O Yahweh, are your eyes not on truth? You have stricken them, but they have not grieved. You have consumed them, but they have refused to receive instruction. They have made their faces stronger than rocks. They refuse to turn back. Then I said, These are only the poor. They have been foolish. They have not known the way of Yahweh, the right ruling of their Elohim. Let me go to the great men and speak. Let me go to the great men and speak to them, for they have known the way of Yahweh, the right ruling of their Elohim. But these have altogether broken the yoke and torn off the bonds. Before a lion from the forest shall strike them, a wolf of the deserts ravage them. A leopard is watching over their cities. Whoever comes out of them is torn in pieces, for their transgressions have been many, their backslidings have been numerous. Why should I pardon you for this? Your children have forsaken me, and sworn by those that are not mighty ones. When I had filled them up, then they committed adultery, and they thronged to the house of a whore. They were like well-fed horses. Everyone neighed after his neighbor's wife. Would I not punish them for this? Declares Yahweh. And would I not avenge my being on such a nation as this? Go up on her walls and destroy, but do not make a complete end. Take away her branches, for they do not belong to Yahweh. For the house of Israel and the house of Judah have utterly betrayed me, declares Yahweh. They have been untrue to Yahweh, and said, It is not he, nor evil comes upon us, nor do we see swords or scarcity of food. Man, don't be complacent. Complacency kills. Don't be complacent. Just because you don't see it don't mean it ain't coming. And the prophets have become wind, and the word is not in them. Thus shall be done to them. Therefore thus said Yahweh Elohim of hosts, because you speak this word, see, I am making my words in your mouth fire, and this people wood, and it shall devour them. See, I am bringing a nation against you from afar, O house of Israel, declares Yahweh. It is an enduring nation, it is an ancient nation, a nation whose language you do not know, nor do you understand what they say. Their quiver is like an open burial site, of all of them are mighty men. And they shall eat up your harvest and your bread, which your sons and daughters should eat. They shall eat up your flocks and your herds. They shall eat up your vines and your fig trees. With the sword they shall demolish your walled cities in which you are trusting. But even in those days, declares Yahweh, I shall not make a complete end of you. And it shall be, when you say, why does Yahweh our Elohim do all this to us? Then you shall answer them, as you have forsaken me, and served foreign mighty ones in your land, so you shall serve strangers in a land that is not yours. That is, wow. That, you want, man, the metaphorical punishment. That's some next level stuff. He's the God of that land. I mean, he's God of the whole world, but he said it was his. You know what I'm saying? He's going to give it to him. He should have been the God of that land. He is the God of that land. They put something else there in his place. He's like, oh, that's cute. You want to swap me out? Okay, that's cool. I'm going to make you guys go serve somewhere else. It's like, I'll swap you out, basically. Declare this in the house of Jacob, and proclaim it in Judah, saying, hear this now, O foolish people without heart, who have eyes and see not, and who have ears and hear not. Do you not fear me, declares Yahweh? Do you not tremble at my presence? Who have placed the sand as the boundary of the sea by an everlasting law, and it does not pass over it? Though its waves toss to and fro, they are not able. Though they roar, they do not pass over it. But this people has a backsliding and rebellious heart. They have turned aside and gone away. And they do not say in their heart, let us now fear Yahweh our Elohim, who gives rain, both the former and the latter, in its season. He guards for us the required by law weeks of the harvest. Your crookedness, your crookednesses have turned these away, and your sins have kept the good from you. For among my people are found wrong men who lie in wait as one who sets snares. They have set up a trap. They catch men. As a cage is filled with birds, so their houses are filled with deceit. Therefore they have become great and grown rich. They have become fat. They are sleek. They also overlook the deeds of the wrong. They did not rightly rule the cause of the fatherless, so that they prosper, and the right of the needy they did not rightly rule. Would I not punish them for this, declares Yahweh? Would I not revenge myself on such a nation as this? An astounding and horrible matter has come to be in the land. The prophets have prophesied falsely, and the priests rule by their own hand, and my people have loved it so. And what are you going to do at the end of it? Well, as for me and my house, we're going to serve the Lord. That's what I'm going to do. I don't know about you, but that's what I'm going to do. That's what we going to do. They do not say in their heart, right? It's easy to say it with our mouths. It's really easy to be near him with our lips. Oh, I love you. Thank you so much, God. Jesus is King. Jesus is the only way, the truth, the light. It's really easy to say those things with your mouth. It's something else to say it with your heart. Do you really mean it? Because again, this fear it's not a bad fear. It's a deep and utter respect. Who gives rain both the former and the latter in its season. He guards for us. He guards for us the required by law weeks of the harvest. What is that? That's Shavuot, or first fruits, or Pentecost. Right? If he didn't guard the rain, then we wouldn't be able to give a first fruit. But because he guards the rain, and because he will send the rain in its season because of our obedience, that's how we're able to have the first fruits. At least that's the looks of it. But it's the same thing throughout. Obviously, over and over and over and over. Dad's just like, please listen. Just listen, dude. Please do the things. That's all. It's not that hard. As Moshe told us, man, it's not too far. It's not too far off. It's not too hard. We don't have to figure out who brought it up or who brought it down. It's just, it is not hard. Yeah. I love you guys. We'll get to the spot here. May Yahweh bless you and guard you. Yahweh make his face shine upon you and show favor to you. Yahweh lift up his face upon you and give you peace. Thus they shall put my name on the children of Israel, and I myself shall bless them. Shalom, shalom.